Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Andor season 1, episode 5. I reacted to the 4 first episodes. If you want to see my reaction videos about that, I'm gonna put the links into the eye. I'm not gonna make the same speech again, you know, about the fact that at first I didn't want to react to it because I was not sure, you know, after the disappointment that the Book of Boba Fett was, at least for me. You can have your own opinion about it, but for me, the show was great, but it was not a show about Boba Fett. I mean, it was not a show which is supposed to last for entire seasons, and the best episodes were the ones for The Mandalorian, so for me it was not a show, it was a middle thing product of one season between seasons of The Mandalorian to just know what Boba Fett would do into his life. I'm considering it like that, at least. So, discovering Andor, I fell in love with the mood of it. Really, the mood of it, the fact that it was darker, for sure, with the pictures, with the musics, with also the story and the main character, who is clearly not a perfect character, who has, you know, moral qualities and stuff like that. Like, clearly, he cares about himself. At the beginning of the first episode, he killed 2 guys, and he was not really... I was gonna say ashamed of it, it's not the real word, like, he didn't regret it, he didn't question himself about it, like, truly. Again, I think that it was not the first time, and just he tried to hide and then to escape, and he managed to escape with Luten. Now he's a part of the rebellion because he doesn't have the choice, you know, not really. He needs money, and he's gonna have money because of this mission. This mission that was presented during the last episode, and also people into that new group. No, I don't remember all of their names. I'm not gonna try to tell all of their names right now because that's gonna be a total failure, and like, let's not do that for you and me. Let's not do that. And just, you know, I said it, I have that impression about Cassian since the beginning. Is someone who is running away, who wants to run away at least, who has that, you know, into himself, that thing about the fact that he's not someone who involves himself into anything, and that can be totally explained by what we discovered, you know, during this memory because of his background, the fact that he had a life, a pure life with his sister into his planet and all, and he was forced to quit that planet with someone that he didn't know, and maybe he never tried to build a new life, or he never could build a new life into that other planet because he didn't choose it. And you know, there is something about that character, about the fact that yes, he doesn't involve himself with anyone, like it was the case with all of the girls with who he was. Also, you know, with maybe the jobs that he didn't take into his life and he chose to do bad businesses, and the fact that he can leave his planet really easily, you know, in a way, like, okay, he said his goodbye to the persons that he loves, but I don't know, it was easy for him to do it. And he left Ferrix also because he was forced to, is with these new people. I think that little by little, the evolution for his character, it's gonna be to involve himself into something in which he's gonna believe, you know, like, he's gonna finally believe into something, into a cause. He's gonna involve himself with people, and he's gonna choose a path, you know, he's gonna choose a life. And I think that's what was missing, you know, for this character during all of his life, in fact. So I cannot wait to see that. I cannot wait also to discover more about Lieutenant Card's life, family, this mother. That was really a funny moment, and his character, I said it, okay, we can imagine that he's gonna have the journey of a villain, you know, that's the beginning of a villain, what we saw, the fact that he wanted to do his job, but that was a total failure because of Cassian, so it's getting more personal for him. So now, you know, he's really mad and stuff like that. He wants his revenge, but they fired him, like they really didn't recognize at all what he did because it was a total failure. That guy is gonna come back little by little into the story, into hunting Cassian. I cannot wait to see how it's gonna happen and also how this character is gonna evolve, because for now he can tell to himself that he was only doing his job, he was doing it right, he was not truly helped. That was a failure, but because of Cassian and he was that close. Now he's dishonored, you know, like he's fired, he's blamed for what he did doing his job. So for a character like him to see that, you know, someone with a moral compass which is like that, to not be rewarded because he did his job, and on the contrary to be fired because he did it. Okay, that was not a success at the end, but you know, like truly for a character like that, for sure it's gonna get more personal because of what happened with Cassian. For sure now he has a personal revenge against him, but for also his appreciation of his job and what he's gonna do now, that's gonna be also important, and not only for the character, also for the story. So I cannot wait to see what is gonna happen now. And also I love the fact that now we are following the senator, because she's gonna bring really something else, more a political aspect, situation, and her position is so complicated, so I cannot wait to discover more about her. One of you told me also who is the blonde girl. I'm not gonna say it right there because I don't want to make any mistake. You can go, you know, to my reaction video, I think it was, yes, to the last episode, and that guy, that person, I mean, put that explanation on the description, who she's gonna become later, so I cannot wait to see that also, that girl evolution. For now, she's really a little character, so it's gonna be interesting also to see her evolution. That's gonna be cool. And also, you told me, guys, that these episodes, you know, for this season 1 of Andor are working really 3 by 3. Each 3 episodes are about one narrative arc. The 3 first one, it was about why Cassian left Ferrix and joined the rebellion. I think that these 3 episodes now are going to be about that mission that he's supposed to do, and I think that maybe the 3 next ones can be about how he's gonna join the rebellion, like really, truly, how he's gonna embrace these ideas, maybe, something like that. I don't know, but it can be interesting. If it's like that, I mean. The little warning before beginning this new episode, like always, I'm not considering myself as an hardcore fan who knows everything about everything. I'm a regular fan who watched all of the movies, not 100 times, you know, but yes, a few times. And I watched also The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Andor now, and also Obi-Wan Kenobi. I did not watch yet The Clone Wars. I can make mistakes. Maybe I'm not gonna see, you know, the references just like that, like it was the case, you know, with the blonde girl during the last episode. And I'm thankful, you know, for you guys who can understand that and who can share with me, you know, the information about what I missed into this episode on the comments. Really, I'm thankful for that. Don't hesitate to do that. And for the ones of you who are mad that I don't understand everything just like that, like, it means that you consider that only hardcore fans like you can watch this show, have the right to watch this show. It's not good for this show, you know, if it's the case, because it means that you're not gonna have, in fact, a lot of viewers watching it, and it means that it's gonna be cancelled soon, and it means also that it's really closed to people who are not like you. I don't think that it's what this show and Disney and the Star Wars franchise really want to do. I think that they are also talking to me, you know, and to the regular fans like me, and also to people who are not fans of the franchise. I think that new people, newbies, they have to be able, you know, to discover a show like that without knowing anything about it and still enjoy it. And I think that for that, it can work really truly with Andor, maybe more than with the Book of Boba Fett or Obi-Wan Kenobi, because this show has such, you know, again, a mood, something that maybe it can talk to more people than the other ones. And also, if you know me and if you appreciate my video, you know that I'm watching shows, at least I'm reacting to shows also, because I love to talk about how these shows are done, how it's written, the narrative arcs, the development of the characters, how it's done on screen, the music, the light, the picture, how it's filmed with the movements of the camera. I like to talk about stuff like that in intros and reviews, so I'm gonna do it also for this one, even if it's a Star Wars show, you know. I'm not gonna be an hardcore fan, so I'm not gonna be blind also about mistakes. If I think that they are making mistakes, I'm gonna say it. For now, I didn't say anything about it, because for me they made really good episodes, so I don't have anything to say about it. I'm not gonna be blind, but I'm not gonna be, you know, I'm not gonna criticize stuff just for the pleasure to criticize. I'm there to judge a show as what it is, you know, a show with stories, with characters, with how it's done and all. I'm there for sure to judge it as a regular fan of Star Wars. Is it great for what we are expecting of Star Wars, of this franchise? And that's all. I'm sorry, in France we are saying that, you know, when you want to scratch your nose like that. In France we have this expression like, someone is thinking about me. If I want to scratch my nose that much, it means that someone is talking about me. Not thinking of me, but really talking about me. And clearly right now, someone is talking about me too much. I think that someone is saying bad stuff about me, you know, for me to want to scratch it so much. Yeah, I have someone, you know, like blah, 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 saying bad stuff, really bad stuff about me. Ooh! Stop. Let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want, you have my Patreon, on which you can have an extended reaction part of this episode, maybe at some point a full one if we have big episodes on which I can't cut, and you have it sooner during the day for Andor. During the day? No, one day sooner for Andor. And yes, it's the best way to support me, my Patreon. I'm a little reactor, and even if I'm thankful for each one of you, still I'm a little reactor. Believe me, YouTube considers that I'm a little reactor. So if you want to support me, it's on my Patreon. Or also you have a direct donate link if you can be interested by that. I don't know, I created it just in case. Also because some of you were like, really, to have episodes in advance and longer, we are not so interested. We just appreciate your videos like that, you know, on YouTube, but maybe we would be interested to support you no matter what, so that way I created it. You have it. If you want, you have it. Let's go for this episode 5. If you want and if you can, I'm saying it each time, like, don't blame yourself for anything. If you can't support reactors or just people on their Patreon, we can all understand financial issues and stuff like that, and you're not forced to anything. It's really just if you want and if you can, and if you can't, it's totally okay. Like, I don't want people, you know, to feel ashamed. Oh, stop thinking about me! I don't want for people to feel ashamed to not join, you know, the community on Patreon and stuff like that. Like, it's totally okay. And you know, I have the community on Patreon with who for sure I can talk more because we are less, and because of that, you know, because of the live sessions, because of the private messages and stuff like that, also with the letters that I'm sending to them and all. But on YouTube I have also a community. I'm reading all of your comments, I'm liking, you know, most of your comments. For sure the ones with who, like, I agree with what you are saying on the comments, and I'm responding also if you have questions or if you are seeing an information or a theory and I want to talk about it, so don't worry. Let's go for this episode 5. You cried? No.
You might as well wear a sign that says, I promise to disappoint you. You have no prospects for the future.
That's fair, man. We'll find a way.
He wanted to make her proud.
I'm calling in the family favor.
Haven't heard that in a while.
You wanted to make her proud by yourself, but also to prove that you can and that you don't need a complicated relationship right now.
It's all there. Bill asked me to have a look. There's no sense being upset. We've been down here for months and the stakes are high. You know what this means, don't you?
Your tattoo.
Yeah, I saw your eyes go right to it.
Pretty good. By the hand.
So where were you?
Sequel. Youth Center.
They built a lot of cages, huh? The axe forgets, but the tree remembers. Now, Sergeant, you did the chopping. I didn't mark you for a team player.
He's not.
Always breaks at the weakest point.
Are you worried about the kids?
He was never.
You to win and walk away.
Run away, you
Wouldn't
mean.
that be lovely?
You're taking me, right?
Clear with that.
Just go, you're off the hook. You enjoying this? Get to your coat.
Already during the last episode, you asked him if he enjoyed to
You're only doing a
put you in
show.
a bad position.
It's all about you, isn't it? It's always all about you. Is this really how you'd like to start the day? I didn't choose this conversation.
He enjoys it, like truly.
I so appreciate the support.
You have no ally to this family.
Bold, true, and sturdy. One of the best navigational tools ever built. Can't be jammed or intercepted, something breaks, you can fix it yourself. Once you've mastered it, you're free. We've grown reliant on Imperial tech and we've made ourselves vulnerable.
That makes the pressure everywhere.
Skin pretends not to listen, but I know the message is sinking in.
Ah, you're nice, you're a true believer. I'm worried for your life.
When it's confusing, is there so much going on?
You know, for being a real switch for Cassian at some point.
What about?
How would you do it?
How would I know the weight? Is this a test?
It's a simple question.
Maybe.
You really don't. Do you? You don't know how to get it out of there. How do you input the weight? It's a vehicle to be handled just right next to the booster throttle. There's a gate just below to read out the weight. What were you gonna do if I wasn't here?
Might have been ugly, but we figured it out.
We wanted to be sure.
No. Okay. Oh, fine.
Yeah.
We can say it's your idea. I don't care, but if it's my ass on the line, I'm putting this thing out of there.
Okay.
Okay.
It was not a test, but at the end it was a good one. You understand what I mean? And it means also that he's taking one responsibility and the responsibility of the group also with that.
It's about confidence. We belong here. We're following orders. The doors being opened as we approach. Questions?
What are they doing?
Yeah.
Never mind about them. You don't have to worry about.
You should switch.
What?
He's left-handed.
Why don't you get a handle on what we're doing here before you start making suggestions?
You can listen.
Skin is left-handed. You want your weapon on the outside.
What am I?
Right-handed.
Tarramin?
Right.
Nemec?
Favors right, but shoots left.
You're paying attention.
I don't know what I'm doing. About any of it. Yes, you do. You're onto something. Just too spread out to be organised. You don't believe that.
Your
I know
instinct,
this.
girl.
If I was them, this is how I do it. I'd spread it out. It's too random to be random. 2 more files each.
I know that she's against us and stuff like that, like what she's doing right now. But she's clever, she's stubborn, she has a good instinct. I'm gonna appreciate that.
The rebellion.
To the rebellion and to that mission.
What's an Imperial lieutenant doing, getting involved with this?
He fell in love with a local woman and lost a promotion.
A personal
Then he
reason.
lost the woman. Then he lost his taste for the Empire. Everyone has their own rebellion.
Their own reason to be a part of the rebellion. Their own personal revenge, you know. That's what you miss, Cassian.
It's not many people's first choice assignment. The thing you hear when posted to Aldani is that perhaps you'll be lucky enough to be there for the Ark. I know we can't all be up there, but I fear morale might be crushed by having anything more than an essential roster down here tomorrow night.
You want to see it.
I want it painted the day after tomorrow. I'll be here midday and I expect to see it shine.
Absolutely, sir.
It's great, you're gonna be occupied watching it. Something is gonna
Don't move.
go wrong.
Skyclimber, look at it glow.
I warned you.
He comes in with nothing but the clothes on his back and a stone worth 30,000 credits. Where
Maybe
he's from,
you can
he
create
doesn't say
a
what he
big
put in
lie
and
around
now
that.
this
Won't be
brings
the
his
first
treasure
time.
To a robbery.
We don't have time for this.
I need to know who I'm riding with. You know exactly who I am. Okay, so I guess we know it's not a fake, huh? Let's not go too far, Clem. I just want what's mine. Yeah, don't put me on the spot.
Enough! Get your packs up. Move! Put the weapon away. Give him the stone, you can kill each other later.
Nah.
I'm being paid. Paid to be here.
Okay,
You
playing
need to
the
know?
honesty
That's
card.
it? You can't live with that? I'm not worth it? I'll walk away and wish you luck. But that's what it is.
The choice was take him or call it off.
We thought you should have told us days ago.
Maybe so.
I just would have been something else. The day before is always hard. Too much time to worry.
You think we're scared?
I know you are, but there's a difference between fear and losing your nerve. You want out of this. Make a choice. Don't use me as an excuse.
Since
I think that he's right about the day
She
before.
didn't tell me.
That was the right move, you know, for Cassian. The mission continues. Now they all know where he's standing. They're all gonna continue the mission no matter what.
When were you planning to tell me about this new foundation?
Didn't think you'd be interested. It's charitable.
Oh really? Your marriage? The two of you? And you're preparing yourself for what? Getting obsessed?
she wants me to tell you about my brother.
Nah, I'm losing because you know it's Vera who told him.
Farmer, Imperial prefect came in, took his land, flooded it. He couldn't bear it, so he went on a boat and filled his pockets with stones. I don't really know what to call how I feel now. That's as close to an apology as you're gonna get.
It's an explanation. A reason to fight for him.
Harriman's in charge now. Completely in charge. I need to know you understand that.
Where will you be?
If all
You don't
goes
need to
well.
know. You know when they train, they already said.
I don't have a problem with me.
Good.
Good luck to you.
No farewells tonight.
I thought you were turning it off.
Let's just go in here.
You said that an hour ago.
Not keeping you up?
You want some news about the mission?
Will you check your walk-away bag?
Yes.
And the one on the farmer?
I don't like seeing you nervous. There's nothing else you can do, Luthen. They're either going to be okay or they're not.
What? That's a daring prediction.
Bell's the only one who traces back. They'll all be over this time tomorrow.
Or will it just be starting?
Well,
I I don't know the name of this episode, but I think that it should be named The Day Before. Like really for all of them, for all of the characters, for all of the different sides, all of that. It was about training Cassian to what he's supposed to do for that plan, what he's supposed to know, to test him, but also to get information from him, to have him sharing some knowledge and also sharing some ideas, and they were good ones, which were really useful, but at the same time they didn't trust him at any moment. None of them, maybe Nemik, because he's a true believer and he thought that Cassian was there for that reason. But the fact, that Skin was suspecting Cassian, discovered that, okay, for the stun, but also after that, what Cassian said, the fact that he's a mercenary and he was hired, he's gonna get paid for that mission, and that's why he's right there. I think that Cassian took the good decision right there because he played the honesty card, so for that they are gonna respect him. At least they know what they can expect from him. To have someone who is not right there because he believes into the cause, but because he's getting paid, so he's gonna do the mission, he's gonna do it right because he wants his money at the end of it, he wants to survive to everything, but at the same time they can't trust him for, maybe at some point if he has to choose between really doing the mission from beginning to the end and staying alive, not dying for the mission, not dying for the cause, they know what they have to expect from him, and now they have good reasons to not believe into him, to not trust him. But I think that Cassian was right also about the fact that it's the day before something happening, even into real life, even with what we are living into real life, the day before that or the hours just before that, we are in stress and we are having doubts, and sometimes also you are putting your anger in stuff that really you shouldn't put your anger into that stuff, it's not worth it, but it's just to pass your nerves on something, on someone also sometimes. And right there, maybe a part of them was searching for a reason to not fight, to not go with that mission. Because even if they are training for that mission since entire months, it seems, I think that it's still difficult to risk your life for something, even if you believe into it, even if you have personal reasons to be into that mission. It seems that it's the case for all of them, except for Nemik, who is right there because he truly believes into the cause. But all of them still, they have a personal revenge to be there, so you can think that they have the strength to go for it no matter what. No matter what, the day before, you can have some doubts, and if you find a reason to really have big doubts, and right there it's a big reason to have someone that you can't trust involved into that mission, so it's making it riskier for you, for what they think of it. And for what they think of him. They had the right, to have doubts about Cassian. He has the right to tell them that they're just searching for an excuse. He is right to say that, they're right to say that. Everyone was right during that moment. And really, I think that he played it great. During that moment I was like, okay, maybe you can create a lie around that stone, that's something that your mother gave you, something like that. And at the same time, I'm glad that it's just, to play the honesty card, because they're not gonna trust you, but at least they're gonna believe your words. Do you understand what I mean? Like, they're gonna know that you're gonna be honest, that you're gonna be true about yourself, about what you want, that if you're saying something, they can believe you. So they're not gonna trust you, but they're gonna believe you. It's not the same at the end, I'm glad that we have news about Lieutenant Card, even if it's just so little, even if it didn't progress at all during this episode. We discovered the complicated relationship that he has with his mother. Clearly, she's someone with high expectations for you. She's someone who is pushing you to have ambition and all. But at the same time, you know, she seems someone that you can't make proud. No matter what, even if he would have stayed in the police, you know, at this place, even if he would have had promotions and stuff like that, I think that she wouldn't have been okay with it because it was not the path that she wanted for him. I'm not even sure that she knows what path she wants for him, but she has high expectations and nothing that he could have done could have reached these expectations. And you know, his uncle is supposed to find a better place for him. I'm not even sure that it's gonna be enough for her. Like really, for a character like her, for a mom like her, for their relationship, it's so complicated. And at the same time, I think that he wanted to make her proud. He wanted to prove to her that he could do stuff on his own, that at some point she would get proud of him because he would make her proud. And at the same time, I think that he knew that it would never happen. It's really, yes, a complicated relationship that you still has with your mother. You know, during the last episode, what I felt looking at him, I was like, you don't want to disappoint someone, you know that you disappointed someone. And after that, we had her slapping him. I didn't get that it was so much, you know, like, you're sad, not sad, you're mad that you disappointed her, because it's not only a failure for your job, but it's also a failure for the past that you tried on your own, with your own ambition, to prove things to her, and you failed for that. You have such a complicated, you know, psychology. This character, you know, has such a complicated psychology behind it. Right there, his relationship with his mother can explain a lot, but it's not enough yet. Like, really, I want to discover more about this character. I'm a little obsessed, I think, with this character. Because I can see the path that he's gonna take. We can see that he's obsessed with Cassian, that for sure he has that personal revenge that he wants to have on him. Maybe he's gonna try things to continue to hunt Cassian and all on his own, you know, even if he's not a part of the police anymore. But really, as a character, his psychology, how he's functioning, for what reason, I want to discover more about him. I want to spend more time with him. Again, I don't approve, you know, how he is, what he did and all. And for sure, you know, I'm not gonna be on his side. But as a character, he's so interesting, he's so great, and he's played so well by this actor that yes, I want to spend more time with him. Also with the senator, we didn't see a lot about her during this episode. They insisted a lot on the fact that she doesn't have an happy marriage, that her husband is not a good ally into their lives, you know, like with each other, they are not talking great to each other. We already saw that before. Right there, they insisted on the fact that he enjoys the times, you know, when she's not into a good position. Right there also with her daughter. With the charity thing, you know, that foundation, the fact that she didn't say anything about it to him, and like it's almost logical for them that it's the case. I think that at some point we are gonna discover that he's doing stuff behind her back, you know, like political stuff, political move, that he's also keeping an eye on her, like all of them, to see if she's doing bad stuff, you know, if she's a spy or not. It has to be important, you know, the fact that they're insisting so much on their relationship, the fact that the scenes that we had with her during this episode, it was about that. It means that this relationship between her and her husband is gonna be important for the story also, not only for the character, but for the story. We'll see. We have the girl who is not giving up, who is still searching for, you know, informations about maybe a rebellion organizing itself, something like that. And we have Lucen, who is worried about that mission. Is it gonna be okay or not? The day before, for all of them, it's the day before. I mean, even for the blonde girl and also Lieutenant Karn, it's the day before because, you know, they're on the starting blocks, all of them, of, beginning stuff, like beginning the mission for Cassian and I was gonna say his friends, not really, but you got who I meant. For Lucen also, for the Senator also, they're on the starting blocks for that mission, for beginning the real rebellion, for revealing that there is a rebellion in place. And the other ones, the blonde girl and Lieutenant Karn, they're on the starting blocks also, even if they don't know it, for, okay, now we know it, we're gonna be fully against them, like, the day before, for all of them. It was a good episode. It was not, you know, an episode with a lot of actions and stuff. It was more a discussion episode to put things in place for the big mission, which is gonna happen during the next one. Again, it's one of you, no, it's some of you told me on the comments that this episode, you know, for the season 1 at least, they're gonna work 3 by 3, and right there we can feel it, that this episode, it's a middle episode of that, you know, of that 3 episodes, that big episode of 3 episodes. Do you understand what I mean? Like, it's the middle of it, we began with a lot of actions, we're gonna finish with a lot of actions with that mission, and right there, the middle episode, it was really more for the characters, for the discussions, to put things in place, but nothing really happened during this episode. It's okay, it was a good episode, but for sure after the last ones, it felt maybe a little slower. It's not bothering me at all, but I would understand if viewers maybe didn't appreciate it as much or things like that. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review right now. It's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Crazy.